Well, I think your questions and the discussion validates the point made by David Adams and David Andrews. The difficulties which you described mostly occurred early in the process. The success occurred late in the process. And getting to know people didn't involve surrendering one's position. The single most important factor is that if you view the person on the other side as human, not as them against us, for the first time you open your mind to hear what they say and to understand their position. It doesn't mean you surrender your position, but you begin for the first time to comprehend why it is that people hold contrary views. And in all negotiations, that's an essential step toward reaching agreement, and that's what occurred here. One of the Ulster Unionist participants said after the '99 talks, Michael Bajimsky, that, I think it was Michael, I'm not sure, that trust crept in. I think that was probably an overstatement because I don't think there was trust. There may not even still be trust. But what I believe crept in was understanding and a willingness to really listen to the other point of view.
Yeah. Well, Don Purvis, you were the political wing of a terror organisation. When did you, which also is what Sinn Féin was, when did you start to look at Sinn Féin people as human beings? And I'll ask the same question to Gerry Adams in a moment. But can you recall a moment when they ceased to be scary men in masks and became human beings?
I can't recall a particular moment when that happened, because I remember in September '97 when ourselves, the UDP and the Ulster Unionists, went into the talks and Sinn Féin was there. It was scary for people, and it was quite difficult, I know, for unionism. And even meeting Sinn Féin in the corridor was quite scary because there were so many of them. And they went about in packs. They didn't go about in ones and twos. They went about in 10s and 15s. So that was quite daunting. But I think they were courteous. They were polite. They held doors open for you, which some of our previous unionist delegations didn't. They let them go in your face. So
name names.
No. No.
This is about revelations today.
I'll let Senator Mitchell name names because he knows who they were. But I would say humanness crept in, and that, I mean, conflict is about dehumanizing each other to the point of hatred and violence. And when people come together in dialogue, it's about rehumanizing one another. And I remember David Irvine saying, very early on, because we were all talking about how Sinn Féin were acting, and did you see this one and did you see that one, and we met them round. I remember meeting Siobhan O'Hanlon in the photocopying room, and we met Siobhan O'Hanlon round in the photocopying room, you know, and was she trying to get information out of you, and you know, and that's the way it was. And I remember David Irvine saying, you know, republicanism's not contagious.